I think if we don't go to Gaurav, he'll just jump out of the screen and come straight into the media plex. So Gaurav, here you go.
Okay, Rahul, Saudi Arabia, one of India's biggest success stories started 2015. Effectively engaged Saudi Arabia. We have civilizational ties with Saudi Arabia. That has been harnessed. It's not just, the fuel that we get from there. It's not just the 1,75,000 Hajis who go every year. It's also the Indian diaspora that works in Saudi Arabia. That relationship has worked. It's a security alliance. It's a comprehensive security alliance that's worked very effectively. The fact that Ashwini Vaishnav went and received him is because this is a state visit that starts off immediately after this G20 visit, which is a multilateral visit. So all multilateral guests have been received by ministers of state. For a state visit, it's a cabinet minister who's gone and received Saudi Arabia. As far as China is concerned, India's policy is no longer subservient to China and no longer Chinese interests first, no longer permitting Chinese salami slicing. After Doklam and then after Galwan, India effectively said enough is enough. Even if it means putting 50,000 troops at the line of actual control, no longer will Chinese salami slicing be permitted. And that was the rudest shock for Xi Jinping. Despite India reaching out to him, he tried more salami slicing and it hasn't worked out. That is why China is on the defensive today. That's point 3. Point 4, our relationship with Bangladesh has been good, but not when Khalida Zia was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. When Khalida Zia was Prime Minister of Bangladesh, you had all the Pakistan ISI bases there effectively countering us. We almost had a two-front war that side when Khalida Zia was there. Therefore, Sheikh Hasina and India's engagement with Sheikh Hasina has worked out to India's advantage. And right now, you have a power plant that is being inaugurated. You have a rail line being inaugurated. India's engagement with Bangladesh is now being taken.
But these building blocks, you see, Gaurav, you've got to recognize India's engagement with Sheikh Hasina has been actually pre-2014. A number of the initiatives that were taken, it's almost as if you're suggesting Prime Minister Manmohan Singh did nothing when he was in power, which I think is a very unfair way to look at India's foreign policy.
That at all.
So therefore, to suggest Khalida Zia was last Prime Minister of Pakistan of Bangladesh almost 2 decades ago now. Okay. So we've got to look at changes that have taken place. And similarly on China, Gaurav Sawant must recognize, while you say India's taken a tough stand, the fact is India did reach out to China in the early years, so and it didn't work out.
Who comes out of it? The problem is they haven't given us a sequence, so we don't know who's coming first. And
Apparently, in alphabetical order, Gaurav said alphabetical order.
Is that how they come?
That's what Gaurav said. Gaurav, alphabetical order, they've just started arriving, it looks like.
So it was. So guests have all started arriving. We can see behind us at that Bharat Mandapam where guests are arriving, but the distance at which we are for this vantage point, we only get to know which are the leaders that have arrived. If Mohammed bin Salman, since it's a state visit, perhaps is that the reason that he has come in first?
No, so Mohammed bin Salman just landed at the airport, Gaurav. He just landed at the airport. So he's not at the Bharat Mandapam yet. He just landed at the airport. And remember, you've got heads of state and heads of government, and you've got the heads of all the international bodies as well. So now we're going to try and take you through who's coming as they come in, but we can see one by one the guests have started arriving. All these tour car company guys are doing great business. They've got all their Maybachs fully booked out, so it's great business for them.